What's good, everybody? It's Kaige-O Gaming, and welcome back to our Rome campaign on Total War Rome 2, Divide et Impera. If you are enjoying the series, make sure to leave a like. If you're not, make sure to leave a dislike. I appreciate all your feedback. And last time we left off, well, we have been able to wipe out the Etruscan armies, and we are about to complete the province of Latium. We do have our other army here in Beneventum to try and maintain public order, and we do have to prepare for a rebellion once we take this city. Now, you guys did mention that Genoa is a pretty important city to hold on to. We can see that it does have a trade route connected to it right along the water. So you guys mentioned that this would be a pretty good position to hold in the north. With that being the case, there is some consideration that we take the whole province. We do have Massalia really close by, in the west at least. To the east we have the Dower Sea, and to the north we're gonna have the Helvetii. We do know that the Insubres don't like us too much. Negative 43. Epirus doesn't like us, Syracuse, and the Insubres. I mean, that could be something we consider. I was thinking about leaving the Apuani alone, just because I wanted to make sure that we were in a strong position when we go to war with Carthage. So I do think we're gonna have to choose what to do with Patavium. But regardless, we are going to come in here and loot Arretium, which is going to be a nice boost to our money here. Loot 7,600. The conquest, provincial instability, like, we're gonna get a rebellion here anyways. And then this should be a nice, easy auto-resolve. Bada bing, bada boom. Make sure that army gets finished off. And we will go ahead and kill the captives. Military traditions, rank 4 is pretty solid. What do we have going on over here? We don't need a Roman barracks. Hoplites. Oh my lord, look at all the options. That's insane. I feel like we would rather have an auxiliary camp here, right? To get like the local troops. We can get some archers, which would not be available to the Roman under the normal Roman tree, I believe. So that is an option. We can get there's quite a few cav options as well. Look, some archers. That could be nice. Now, is this specific to regions or provinces? These auxiliary camps. What are those specific to? Because we have these. Okay, these also have like the archers and stuff, yeah? Like, these have some of the same troops. Right? We have some war dogs. Do we maybe just want to break this down for now? Squalor should be fine. We have a rank 2 Roman village. We're going to want to boost that the Roman population as quickly as possible. But of course, we're going to struggle with public order. Region majority culture is looking good, which is awesome. I suppose we could get this into an auxiliary camp, just to have that option. But it does look like we need to repair it first. Praetorians? Hmm. I suppose we can repair it now. If you guys think we should do something differently with this building, let me know. But I feel like checking out the levies wouldn't be a bad idea. We can also get our minimum up to rank 2, but I am a little nervous about that, so I might focus Cosentia, maybe Taros. Although that's not gonna be good for sanitation. We were thinking about like Shrine of Jupiter, weren't we? For that Latin culture. The sanitation is strictly for the region. But like the culture should be going up. You're nearly the majority. Yeah, 36 versus 4 and 4. I don't think culture is necessarily the issue. So we might want to go wealth from all sources. Right? Because Beneventium is the province that benefits from farming. 7%. Is there anything that boosts specifically agricultural income? That's maritime commerce. That's industry. That's industry. Okay, maybe Shrine of Mercury then. Help with public order a little bit. That boosts the sanitation by 1. Plus 3 public order. Boosts first and second class. And gives us some wealth from all sources. Taurus. What are you good for? You have good trade potential and good industry. And good farming. What do you benefit the most from? Trade. But it wouldn't be bad to get a shipwright either. Somewhere. So we could start thinking about fleets. You have okay trade potential. But more so farming potential. I'm just worried about like a rebellion popping over here and then they take it right away. You know? Esculum, farming and grazing. Maybe we go the herding ground for that additional money. Your food is 5. Because I'm thinking, like, this is +1 a region for the supplies. I don't think we're going to necessarily need additional supplies in any of these territories. I think, if anything, like, I'd rather have additional supplies in Beneventum so we could get those supplies in Cosentia. If I'm thinking, like, if that's how that works. Supply line +1 region, which means that, like, with Cosentia being an adjacent region to Beneventum, and we would get these grain pits, if then we had an army in Cosentia, they should be able to use the supplies that are in Beneventum, right? That is how that works. I know we can also get, like, warehouses, I'm pretty sure, in, our capitals. Yeah, supply pits. That's +3 regions. First class citizen, third class citizen, first and second, second. This is tempting to get the research rate. Our minimum, like that additional region, could get us supplies in Patavium, which might not be bad. You only get the plus 3% from income anyways. You get the plus 10% wealth from farming. But is that region-based or is that province-based? Because we could go grain pits here. And then we can go herding ground here. Because Asculum has plus 8% wealth from farming and grazing, right? I think I'm going about this the right way in trying to take advantage of what these provinces offer. If I got this all confused, please let me know. But I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. Over here we're looking fine. We're still protected for 8 more turns. We do gotta start considering a potential civil war or secession from Papiria. But diplomacy-wise, I think we're doing fine. I don't think we need to force a breakage of trade with the Apuani right now. Are we in a rush to get Genua? I don't know. Do we just take Patavium and Medlon for right now? And share this province? I know you guys mentioned that this was good because of the trade potential. I mean, we do have a sea route over here. Like, we can... There are a bunch of factions we can already get trade with. And would it not be better just to get friendly with Genua, or with Apuani, and then liberate somebody here for the time being? Get some allies in the north to hold. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. For now, let's go ahead and end a turn. I don't think we're going to recruit any troops at the moment. How are supplies looking here? Supply change is 0. How are supplies looking here? Minus 20, but we have full supplies at the moment, so we should be fine. Right, you have upgrades. Okay, we can get some more public order. Ooh, this is tough. A lot of options. Upkeep and replenishment for all units. I think that's a no-brainer. Heavy infantry. I still don't... Like, what is classified? Okay, we can see heavy spear. But, like, these guys aren't listed as heavy infantry. But, I mean, they have more armor than the heavy spears, so you would think that they are. Charge resistance very high, speed very low. Okay, so what is that? Are all the... No, because you say heavy spear, but you're 2. So even though they say heavy spears, are these guys actually medium? There's no way you guys are light, though. And then there's different colors, too. Like, you're a 2 green. You're a 3 yellow. You're a 2 yellow, but you're a 1 green. And then you're like a 3 orange. What the heck does this stuff mean? You're a 5 red. What the heck? Can we... Very high speed, low charge resistance, medium. Then you're like a 3 yellow, and you're also medium. Wait, so are you. But then you're orange, you're medium low. Well, that's confusing. That's a lot going on there. And I still don't think my question's answered is how do I tell what is heavy armor or heavy infantry? Like, I don't know who all that applies to. Melee defense skill could be nice. Allows us to hold a little bit better. We do have a lot of cav in that main army. Morale during defensive battles. In case we get caught out. Melee attack and melee. I feel like some public order would be nice. That specific feat for levies, auxiliaries, missile range, charge bonus, medium construct or siege engines. This has to do with all skirmishers. I feel like this is pretty nice. The extra battle captives. I also feel like medium siege engines could be nice. And then maybe unrelenting force as our final 3. But for now, let's get some additional public order. Not that that's going to help immediately because we're going to get this rebellion, but... Okay, after all this time, we're finally going to go ahead and end a turn. We're going to end a turn. My goodness. There's a lot to consider. Oh, boy. I would prefer if they didn't build up a strong force in Patavium, but, you know. We're gonna have to deal... Now that Rome is no longer at war in southern Italy, the uneasy peace between Carthage and Rome has become frayed. Should Rome seek to assert her influence into Sicily, Carthage will take that as a sign of war. Rebellion. Oh, it's over here. How the heck does it choose where to have that? Junia got 5 senators. We got plus 10 loyalty. Oh, we are respected. So influence has gone up a little bit. At plus 10 loyalty is nice. How long does that last, though? Is the question. Household expands. 10 research rate. Faction wide. That's not very good, is it? Daorsi and the Etruscans go to war.
Ready for battle. At your command.
What kind of soldiers are these? Italian?
Ready for orders.
Italian. I'd rather just deal with this rebellion now, to be honest.
On the move.
We can't chase him down. Very nice. We can just do balanced stance. Should be nice and easy. It's not gonna run him down, is it? I will ransom them.
Waiting for orders.
Oh, we'll run them down. I'll take that additional money. We are a little broke at the moment.
At your command.
Alright, what do you have? Melee attack and melee defense. I feel like that's a no-brainer. Engines of war? Movement? Alright, you guys are positive 12.
Commander.
How are you guys on supplies? Pretty good. Population, not so much.
We hunger for battle.
I would love to hit this next turn. And then we have a decision to make. They're about to have a rebellion, actually. They are trying to recruit. Their garrison's super weak. You guys are -2, you guys are positive 12. We're getting some food buildings. Rome is getting upgraded. What about down here? We're getting the Shrine of Mercury. So do we not have, like, treaties with Carthage anymore? We do. But if we take out Syracuse, they're basically like, no, we're going to war. It's scripted. Those are the vibes I'm getting, right? That's what's gonna happen. Cheryl.
Commander.
I think we can afford this. Little additional public order, a little more money, a little more replenishment. I wouldn't mind potentially getting some more food. We have 6 here, although we are sitting at 17. I guess it's... Is that necessary? Is it? I feel like maybe an amphitheater wouldn't be bad, just to get some public order situated, but... Like, public order should be getting better. Cultural differences, provincial instability, that should be going down. Provincial instability, minus 13, that is killing us. But I think we can afford to upgrade this now. I think that's a good spot to spend our money at. And then maybe we bring you back down to the south. You're not a very strong force by any means. You're kind of just our local troops keeping the peace. We could consider going to Apollonia. Declaring war on Epirus once more. And forcing them to become a client state. Or just liberating. I don't think I'm interested in taking this territory. Do we want to continue pushing north? For the time being. Do we want to take Patavium? This is going to be more like Celtic and Germanic. Right? Does say Italic is... No. Italic's only 25%. Celtic is 63%. But if they have a foreigner population, majority, those foreigners, I would assume, are mostly the Celtic people? Regardless, we're going to want to loot that settlement. And then maybe we do declare war on the Asumbres. It does involve us breaking a treaty with the Apuani, which I'm not a huge fan of. They're friends with Massalia. But, like, we have to expand somewhere, right? Do we want to expand into Syracuse and take on Carthage? Are we ready for that? I'm pretty happy with how this force has been doing. I think we would need to build up this force nicely. I'm not convinced I want to take this settlement right now. I'm not convinced I do. We got a lot of work to do on these 2 provinces. And a lot of money to invest into these 2 provinces. Honestly, what we could do at the moment is try and save some money here. Although you guys are starting to get some veterancy, aren't you? Not that it's anything crazy, but... I was thinking about potentially disbanding to raise our income, but maybe not. We could consider getting another diplomat. Putting it into Magna Graecia, though. Help things out there. I think we'll consider doing that next turn. We need 2,400. It's probably what we're going to do with our money. And then the decision of what to do with Patavium. I don't like that. That is for sure. Oh. And Syracuse pushing on Carthage. Okie dokie. Veteran gained a level. Households expand. Public order. Nice, nice, nice. Governor also gained a level. +2 public order. Heck yeah. Food and growth could be really nice. Wealth from agriculture as well. In the local province, we are focusing agricultural quite heavily in the moment. You only have a plus 3%. What was your trade versus agriculture? Your trade was only 5. What is your trade? Your trade was 6. Maybe we should have done a harbor here then, and fishing here. Regardless, let's go ahead and get a agent. We said that's what we were going to spend our money on. Growth. It's nice. Unit replenishment. That, I would assume that's only if you're attached to an army. I guess we'll take the +1 growth. Not super ideal on trades. And then we also have you. Ooh, experience gain rate for infantry units and morale for all infantry. Wonderful. Income from raiding for parent army. Yeah, sure. Chance of successfully launching an ambush for parent army. 200 wealth gained after a successful action. Get some of that. Alrighty. Now, we go into Patavium. Not gonna lie, this could potentially be our only battle for this episode. So we can go ahead and fight this one. Just to get a little bit of action. Finish off the Etruscans. The Etruscans are at war with a lot of people, so I know for a fact I'm not going to make them a client state. If anything, I'm going to either liberate or occupy this place. And by occupy, I mean loot. Lavish.
Principes! Grouped and awaiting orders. Ready to ride.
Boom, boom, boom. Is there any way? I guess you guys are hidden there. What would we do with our phalanx, though? Suppose phalanx can push this way.
We await your command.
We await your command. This is a day of battle. Alright, now we're gonna start swinging you guys around. Men of Rome! Men of the Empire!
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. They are selling. We like that. Aim and fire!
Commander!
Alright, you guys need to rush through then. Excuse me? What do you guys think you're doing? This seems odd, no?
Our general is under attack.
go ahead and pull you guys back. We're just gonna slow things down for a moment. I would prefer you guys to keep moving if possible. You guys also emphasize for me to try and place my slingers. It would be on our left. So their weak side where they're not holding the shields. We should be perfectly fine in taking out that cav.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
That's perfectly fine. Got all of you guys swinging around. The general's just about done for. These guys don't even, we're not even gonna need. The end of the Etruscans is here. Waiting to hear that the enemy general is dead. That's what I'm waiting for. How are we doing? I think we're doing okay. You guys can just focus here. The Italian swordsmen, of course. Of course they're going to be turned around, so it's not going to be their weak side, but it is what it is. We actually can hit these guys. These guys are at like a weird spot. You guys can flank around there. We can go regular speed. Oh my gosh, through the neck, that was brutal. You guys can hold fire, please.
What are you waiting?
I feel like some of these guys are holding pretty well. Surely they got to break soon. Can't believe they're not broken yet. Few of our militiamen taking some decent damage.
Spear infantry ready. Yes, come on, my bullets at speed.
And I think we could just fast forward. Boom. End the battle. I guess this kind of leaves us with an option, right? Like, do we take on the Insubres? There are some nice choke points, I will admit that. There are some nice choke points for us in the north. We do have some friendly people over there. But it opens us up to drag us into wars in the north. And I don't know if I like that. Because if we go to war with the Insubres, like, we'll make Massalia and Apuani happy. Or we could get an ally and a trade partner here and not have to worry about this region. Because then we open ourselves up to the Helvetii and whoever else is in the north. Medlon does look like it'd be pretty easy for us to claim. I guess we have Massalia and the Genoa right here to help us. It might be worth it to get some alliances here then. This puts us on the border of a lot of people. Do we plan on going to war with Syracuse at any time soon? Because I think that's what... Or is it just when Syracuse is defeated? Is that when our war with Carthage pops off? It definitely sounds like if we take out Syracuse and claim that territory, Rome or Carthage goes to war with us. That seems like a no-brainer. But what happens if Carthage takes that territory? Alright, I'm gonna trust you guys. I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna be scared to expand in the north. Ooh. The Etruscans finished.
Destination reached.
I don't think we really want to focus. I don't think we want to focus military right now. Replenishment is pretty solid. Morale, that's... Campaign movement range is pretty nice. Cavalry. Unit experience gained per turn, movement speed, melee attack and defense skills. More campaign movement range or more replenishment? I think more replenishment. Oh, and we can get both. And line of sight and movement range. Yeah, I think that sounds good. And now, yeah, we've opened ourselves up to a lot of people. The Nori, the Iapodes, the Reti, and there's quite a few people out here that do not like us. You are defensive allies with the Reti. But the Reti really likes the Insubres. They like us, though.
The gods will have me listen to you.
You won't take
Do
non-aggression.
not pass the day in words without merit.
Okay. I think our next target is the Insubres. They barely have a force in here. They are mustering. Looks like 2 units at a time. We're +3 here, but we're -7 in Beneventum.
Ready for orders.
So if we pull you down here, you're -3, you're -2.
At your command.
We don't want to be negative anywhere. We don't necessarily need to focus culture. So public order and wealth from all sources could be nice. And wealth from all sources could be really nice. Didn't I destroy this? Or did I repair it? I think I repaired it.
Ready for battle. Advance. Ready
Yeah,
for
so I don't
orders.
think we're getting anything different. Right? We're not getting anything different. So, if anything, this would need to be an auxiliary camp. It does help with banditry, it helps with public order, it costs us some money. I'm gonna switch that on over.
At your command.
I think we should try and stabilize Rome here. I kind of would like to get these fountains going. Helps with public order, helps with sanitation. And then maybe we go the wealth from all sources. Is there anything down here we want to focus on? Not at the moment. We are moving towards the aqueduct. We're getting that +1 growth per turn, which is super solid. This sanitation and growth, like, both of these are really solid. In fact, I think I might go here next to get that additional growth as quickly as possible. There's nothing under these buildings that focus growth, right? No. We are, however, missing out on growth here by focusing... Yeah. But for 2 growth, sacrificing 2 public order and 4 sanitation in each region, like, I feel like fountains is a no-brainer, no? I'm gonna stick with fountains. I'm gonna stick with it. Alright, how are we looking? What, 7 turns protected? 6. 6 turns. Might be time for some marriages, at least with our generals. Morale, all units, that's fine. I'm gonna give you the research rate. -1 authority. Let's get at least our generals married. How does that help you? Okay. Public order. Tax rate. Yep. And then we want you getting married. Gravitas. Sure. Line of sight and authority, that's fine. Alrighty. So now we can start sending you guys on diplomatic missions. That's another thing we have to keep in mind, though. Like, if we... What do we have here? We have secure loyalty and we have provoke. I'm somewhat tempted to provoke Papiria. Kind of force a civil war. Although, that's another thing now we have to consider is who's going to get control of Cisalpina. Who is going to get control of this province? Because if it's Papiria, well, that kind of changes things. Because they're going to rebel and just take this back. And we're going to fight for it again. 7 turns. We're gonna need culture, right? We're demolishing that. We need to get a culture building in there. I also don't know if we should push that to tier 2 yet. We'll leave it for now. We'll leave it for now. Alright, let's go ahead and end another turn. Oh, right, we can get all these agents now, too. We can get an edict in Rome. Look at that. -9 food, -3 growth, but 74% local farming and livestock income. Is there a breakdown of what makes what money? That would be so nice. Ooh. There is. Iridium makes 147 from agriculture. You guys only make 61. Ooh, and look at those bonuses. Yeah, plus 47% at Iridium for agriculture buildings. Well, I've never looked at this before, I don't think. 49 bonus over here. Maritime commerce has 8.9. You have a minus 29.5%. Ooh. Why do you have that? I wish that would break down further and tell me what those bonuses are being applied from. Maritime commerce, that's tough. So we should be changing this then. To wealth from agriculture. We should change you to a fishing port, yeah? $49. Although you get a 49%, and I don't really want 2 fishing ports, do I? What do you have? Jeez, now I feel like we need to get agriculture here as well. What the heck is going on? What are your guys' breakdowns? Terras, your maritime commerce is awful. So we don't want to get the harbor there. Beneventum, agriculture. I thought that would have been higher. Only 18%. But yeah, we definitely don't want to get the harbor here. That gives us plus 10% wealth for maritime commerce. Interesting. That's kind of cool, though. I've never noticed that breakdown before. I feel like that's super, super useful. You have gained a level, my friend. That's because we wanted to look at food and wealth, but we were looking at agriculture. That was the whole point of that, wasn't it? I don't know if that's... But that does look like it applies right away. 54%, 52, 27. Yeah, that's fire, dude. That's awesome. You still need to get deployed, yes?
Ready, willing, and
Oh, we just got you this turn? Maybe not then. Maybe not. Edicts, edicts, edicts. Ugh. Food and growth. The growth would be nice. But taking that income hit would not be nice. Growth and public order here? I think I'm going to take bread and games for the time being. We can only switch this to party loyalty too. If we ever get in a bind. But growth and public order for now, I think could be super helpful. Especially while we try and balance everything out. Okay. Now we can finally end the turn. Ew. I think I want the civil research rate. Civil development. Research complete. Nice. Hidden agent exposed. Sardes. Nice. Rome and Beneventum have both upgraded. Our income's almost up to 3K now. Unhappy populace, blah 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 blah. Yep. So we wanted to get this. That reduced it by a whole turn. Yeah, that's solid. And now we're gonna get additional growth and sanitation. That wealth from industry is not doing too much for us right now. Where the heck did that Epirus army go? That balances things out. You're positive too. We do need a culture building here. Because culture is a big problem. We look 11, 9, 4, and 4. We will have majority, but we won't have over 50%. This helps with a little bit of sanitation.
We hunger for battle. Commander,
Alright, what's going on here? Now, not enough manpower, I can believe. Yeah, we have one of each
ready for orders.
each class of citizens. So even if we go there, that's not gonna happen. Okay, so you have 15 who are injured and another 6.
We hunger for battle.
You should have stuff. Do we have the reduce? I don't think we have the reduce besieging yet. Get you guard dog.
Ready
But we do have a general trait, right? Or an army trait. Minus 10% attritional losses when besieging. That's the only thing we have, isn't it? In this army. Do we have any traits, potentially? That's win under siege. So, no.
ready for orders.
It is only this army, right?
Swift and silent as a shadow.
Oh, there's the Helvetii.
How may I, as you command.
Oh, there's Massalia. I want to stay friends with the Apulani. You're gonna be friends with Massalia. You don't have any allies, but this is gonna make the Rati and the Helvetii mad. Going to war with you. It's gonna make the Nori upset as well. We're definitely not making any friends up here, that's for sure. Oh, Massalia doesn't like us as much anymore either. Neither does Sparta. Does, yeah, diplomacy. Minus diplomacy to all factions. The more we expand. We are about to hit Imperium level 3 already.
We hunger for
Ooh, I feel like this might be a little bit risky, but I don't want them to gather strength anymore. I'm doing it.
siege to the settlement. Besieging
I forgot
settlement.
Syracuse is at war with us.
Yo!
Ooh, and we can't get, we can't get, what is it, tortoises? But that's because they don't have high walls, right? I wish we could build 2 things at once. The galleries are just like shields. I'm not too worried about that. They do have a lot of archers, and they'll have towers, but I feel like if we can just spam the walls with our infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 12 infantry. I might siege for 2 turns to get a battering ram as well, so we can pour our cabin. I'm just worried about them having burning, like oil at their gates. We could wait them out for 7 turns. That's a long time, though.
We take this settlement for Rome.
I keep forgetting that we're at war with Syracuse, too. Thankfully, they're not pushing us. They're just pushing Carthage. What we can definitely do here, though, is we need to be doing this. Reduce that banditry, although banditry's fine. But increase public order.
At your command.
We should have been doing this stance. Increase public order. Less upkeep. More wealth from all sources. That's solid.
Damn you all. We hunger for battle.
And then you can go back and forth. Are you draining supplies? You're not.
My wits and words.
We could look at recruiting another champion here soon.
What do you wish of me? Seeking the
That gives us eyes on the Ray T.
Victory for Rome!
Yeah, I feel like we want to siege maybe 2 more turns. Hopefully, like, the Helvetian stuff don't declare war on us. That would not be fun. That would not be a good time. Patavium is also going to have some issues as well.
Ready for battle.
The problem is if we move out of this province, then Magna Graecia has issues. I think we stay here for now, try and balance things out. We're getting a lot of buildings built, which is hopefully going to help us income-wise, public order-wise, cultural differences-wise, sanitation-wise, population-wise. It does look like everywhere is still draining, though, which is insane. It's insane. Our population is tanking everywhere. Rome has been cut in half, and it's still going down like crazy. A lot of it's public order, though. We gotta fix public order. Gotta fix public order. Alright, well, I think we're ready to end another turn. We now have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 factions that don't like us. Hopefully one shortly will be finished off, though. And we'll go ahead and end the turn. Carthage could get pretty close to finishing them off, though. To be honest.
All I ask is a treaty. I am not proposing marriage now, am I? There will be no harridan mothers-in-law.
I don't mind non-aggression here. It keeps Athens and Sparta kind of happy with us. I don't mind that. It does make Epirus more upset, but who cares? Who the heck cares? Rebellion imminent. That is kind of problematic, isn't it? Raise an army at Patavium? That's because of the rebellion. Income is up to 3K. We only lost 74 there. We've read through all this stuff when we were going through our Massalia campaign.
Attack for Rome!
Aren't you guys supposed to be attritioning? You guys are attritioning a little bit.
To battle!
Or do we just focus more ladders? Get as many troops on the walls as possible. We're gonna lose Patavium right away. Like, even if we were to raise an army here, it's not gonna be enough to hold, I don't think. Also, this winter is not helping our public order. Actually not hurting it. Cultural differences, provincial instability.
At your command.
What does your population look like? It's not bad.
Commander.
I think I'm gonna start considering getting a few more units in. I don't want anything super expensive though. I feel like the Rorari aren't bad. You know? For their price.
It is a great and glorious thing to die for Rome.
Oh, are we taking from our minimum? Dang, we are. That's tough.
Ready for battle.
We could get some Hastati. Or Principes. We gotta hope that we don't get a rebellion here.
We hunger for battle.
Starting to build up some better troops in this army isn't bad though, and we can always swap these Hastati over and start replacing some of these levies. I don't feel like that would be a bad idea. 8 and 18, 8 and 21. Yeah, it's an upgrade in melee defense. Armor is an upgrade. Morale. Plus they get the Pila, right? No rooms for upgrades, no rooms for upgrades. We are going to get some public order help here and some cultural influence help. Actually, no. No cultural influence help. Latin culture is still on its way up. And should continue to be that way. Cultural differences are hurting, man. 28 and 4. So we're 20 versus 12, basically. Alright, let's go ahead and end one more turn before we wrap things up for today. Before we prepare with our sieges on Medland and prepare to deal with this rebellion at Patavium. And then we got some major decisions to make. So, I will very much so be looking forward to any feedback that you guys may have on what some of those decisions may be. But we will go ahead and end things here for now. As always, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, peace out, y'all.